Hey, it's massive. Today we're going to talk about how to play Path of Exile 2 as a gamer dad. And, you know, based on the recent controversy with Elon Musk pretending to be a tip-top Path of Exile 2 player, I just thought I'd, put out some friendly tips for people trying to balance their real lives with their gaming lives. Okay, so the first biggest concept I think to focus on to play Path of Exile 2 when you have a family or a demanding job, or maybe you own your own company, or you're trying to run the US government. um you don't there's not a lot of time to play. So most of what we talk about is going to be based on timing and planning. So the first step is to plan for the release date. Okay. You want to make sure you have about 15 to 20 hours over a 3-day period. And hopefully that's the 3-day period when the season launches. And the reason why is you want to play the game with the initial surge of players, because there's a pretty good chance you're going to get some valuable items to drop. You want the items to drop so you can then use the items, or you can sell the items and then use the currency from that to upgrade your character. Um, Timing is important. You want to get into the game when most players are new and they have not decked out their characters yet. And I feel like the chances that you can get cool things to drop, like that first week, you have to be there playing the game. You also want to be there to start to play the new mechanics. You want to explore and try to figure out, hey, where's the fun stuff going to be for this league? What are the activities in this league that are going to pay out the most currency? Where's all the loot going to be hidden? Right? And you'll start to get a feel for that when you play the game, and you want to be doing that on release date. So plan ahead, do what you have to do. Make sure you can scrounge out some time, at least 5 to 6 hours a day for the first 3 days. That would be great. After that, you can, if you do that right and you have a reasonable start, you can kind of spread it out and it's not as important. But be there for release date. The next one, make a plan. Okay. And by make a plan, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing in this game, like apparently Elon Musk, um, find a build guide. Go find a content creator. There's a lot of good creators out there. If you go listen to Zizarin and he tells you, hey, this is a great beginner build, starter build, it's probably going to be good, because Zizarin's really well known and he stands by his videos and he backs them up. Find some good content creators. This last launch with PoE2, I listened to, I think, Travic C and Milky, and they were both innovating and exploring the monk, and that's the character I was playing. So I would go to their videos and see what they were doing and use that as a guide, and it was very helpful. Please do that if you're a new player. It's the best way to do it. That's how you learn. The plan should not be to go pay somebody to play the game for you. That's not a plan. That's a bad plan. Okay? Get in there, make a plan, follow a guide, and the goal is to kind of plot out that you're going to be able to play hopefully 20-25 hours over the first week and a half. If you can do that and you can get a good strong surge, you're going to be able to experience a lot of what each season of the game has to offer. Okay, the next step, learn to trade. Learn to use the Path of Exile 2 trade webpage. And when I say trade, I don't mean trade real money for items, Elon. Okay? Learn to use the trading site. You go on there and you can trade anything for anything. And the goal is that you're going to find one or two valuable items in that first week that you're going to then be able to either use or turn around and sell. And then with the proceeds from that, you're going to be able to buy the gear that you want. Okay, you're not a blaster. You're not a degenerate. you're a gamer dad, so you have a family and you have a life and you have a job and you have all kinds of things that you have to do. You cannot spend 150 hours on the game. So use the trade site. Okay? You you can make like two or three decent trades. They take like a minute each, and then you're gonna have enough currency to get your character up and running and online and just start to feel really good. Okay? But go through the motions, learn how to trade, learn to use the trade site. Don't use real money to buy your items. Again, not helping. Not good. Okay. Next step, set reasonable goals. The very first season that you play Path of Exile or Path of Exile 2, if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't plan on being at the top of the ladder, Elon. Come on, dude. Really? Okay. Make a reasonable goal. The goal is I want to get through the campaign and I want to try to beat this endgame boss. I want to beat the breach boss. Okay. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to try your best. A lot of times in the original Path of Exile game, you would get to a certain point where you just could no longer progress and you had to start over. You made the wrong choices. You didn't have enough currency and you were done. I don't know if they're going to do that to people in this game now, but be ready to stop. Be ready to realize that this is a seasonal game. It'll be back in 3 months. You can try it again, right? You followed the wrong build guide. You listened to the wrong guy. You made the wrong choices, or you just didn't know the mechanics of the game good enough. It's a seasonal game. It's going to come back again. So set a reasonable goal for where you are at. Don't just say, yeah, I'm going to beat every boss. No problem. I'm just going to do everything. You don't have the time. You don't. You're a gamer dad. You do not have the time. Okay. The next one is, it's kind of related to the reasonable goals, but it's also know when to quit. When you've accomplished your goals, quit. Don't keep on banging your head against it. If you say, well, I want to be the top 10 and have the most damage and I want to have all the items and all the best items, it's not going to happen unless you pay with real world money. Okay? You don't have enough time. You're a gamer dad. Get it out of your head. Okay? It took me 5 years of playing seasonally. I played Path of Exile 1, and then I finally got a headhunter. It was the season of the wisps where it was like free money for everyone because it was Christmas time and everybody figured out the mechanic, and I earned enough to get a headhunter. And it was awesome, and it felt fantastic. Okay? But know when to stop. Know when, if the season's just not going good, or your life, if, when the family needs something, let the game go. Because the game is built to be effectively just a black hole of time. There's nearly unlimited things you could do and try within like a seasonal time frame. Let it go. It'll be back next season, and there'll probably be a whole new set of cool things to do. The last thing I'm going to say is learn. Make sure you are learning as you go. This is a complicated game. You have to make steps to figure out, why am I dying, or what things am I deficient at, or why am I not doing as much damage as another character that I see. It just takes time. It's just watch the videos, watch the creators that are out there. I'll put some of the creators that I follow in the message for this video. Make sure you are learning. But if you come back and you put 30 hours in for a season and you do that 3 times a year, that's not an incredible time commitment. And, after probably 2 or 3 seasons, you're going to have a pretty good idea of what to do. Dude, this game's awesome. Okay, so I want to put on, those are my lessons for a gamer dad. I wanted to just put on a little bit of footage and now give just kind of a message to Elon. Elon, what are we doing, dude? So Elon Musk apparently, paid someone to go through the motion of playing the game and to get all of his items, to get all of his super good items. And it looks like he may have been paying real money for the items too, if you believe some of the analysis that's out there. Dude, the best part about these action RPG games is the dopamine hit when you get your build online. It is the power rush of from starting out as a complete chump, walking swinging your axe like this to, zooming across the screen, blowing up 2 to 3 screens full of enemies at one time. The monsters just disintegrate. It feels good. It's a power trip. Okay, that's what these games are about. When you pay for it, when you pay to skip it, when you pay someone to do it for you, you deprive yourself of the dopamine hit. You deprive yourself of the power trip. The best part of the game, the entire reason people put in hundreds of hours is to get that dopamine hit. What I'm saying is you can know what you're doing, use the trade site, you can put in about 20 to 30 hours, and you're going to get that first hit of dopamine when your build comes online. That is enough to get it there where you are just maybe not destroying screenfuls of monsters, but definitely packs of monsters, and it will feel amazing. Then if as you have more time, you can slowly work at it, you can pay attention to the videos, and you can see what other builds are getting big. This doesn't take a ton of time. You can do this in the background. You can have the trade site running while you work on real life, and then somebody wants to do a trade, you just hop on, do the trade, and then go back to real life. This is not difficult. Does not take a lot of time, and you can still get that amazing dopamine hit. So please, if you're going to play the game, play it right, man. Just play it. Go through the motion. GGG knows how to give you that dopamine hit. They know how to make it awesome. I promise. If you felt anything like that in Diablo, just wait. If you play this game properly, it feels incredible. It was enough to keep me coming back for years, and it's effectively wrecked most other games for me because most other games don't give you that feeling. Maybe outside of like the competitive esports type titles, and when you're playing in those tournaments, right? That's kind of what it feels like when you actually get a build up and running. So anyway, this is my character. It's the same character as Elon. It's a monk, and I actually played myself, and I did use the trade site, but I actually earned the in-game currency, and I didn't use any real money to buy my weapon. So you could see me zooming around. I did the attributes stacking with the level 1 staff, the bad level 1 stuff because of the level was too low. So I think I found one of those the bows, the crude bows with the 250 on the quiver, sold that for a div, dropped 2 more divs on the ground. I took my rarity up to like 130, 140, like just coming out of the campaign. I didn't see much of a difference in the div drops at all. You saw more exalteds, and that was about it. And then when I ended up lowering my rarity back down so I could go this zoom build, the drops look about the same. So I don't know if people are talking about rarity being a huge deal. I haven't seen it if it was. So, but game is awesome. The fact that GGG put in a dodge roll and actually went all the way with it, saying, yeah, we're going to do this like Dark Souls. You're going to actually have to learn how to use it, and the bosses can annihilate you if you don't dodge their moves. That's awesome. Love it. Love how they did it. And I love that you can still, there are mechanics that you can get faster and kind of make the dodge roll not important because you're moving around even faster. Fantastic. That's what this game is all about. I'm completely hyped and positive about the changes they made and the changes they're going to make. I think they did a fantastic job. I think they revolutionized the industry, bringing them that old Robotron style where you can walk one way and shoot the other way. That concept, and the fact that when you do moves, you start attacking, you can still control with your controller the motion of that move. Those two concepts now are going to allow GGG to make an almost unlimited set of moves and combos and things like variations in skills that people can use. The engine just seems like it should allow for them to create and just make and innovate for years and years and years. So I'm super excited about it. I definitely hope they get the crashes and the technical glitches, I hope they get everything running a little bit smoother. I'm sure they will. But yeah, fantastic game. Love it so far. And yeah, I'm glad I was able to experience it and hopefully still be able to experience it using some of these tips that I talked about. So, um, hey, Elon, I was just kind of messing with you, man. I think it's awesome that you're playing the game. Dude, you should hit me up and send me a message. I can think of like a whole bunch of other things that you could probably be doing that I'd be happy to do them with you other than playing video games, dude. So hit me up, man. I'll let you know. I have a couple of ideas. So anyway, that's all we've got. I just wasn't planning on coming back this early. We're back early from vacation. Just wanted to try to help out my boy Elon Musk. And, hopefully he comes back and plays this game the right way and experiences that power rush when you just go from a chump to a straight up hero, right? With that where your build comes online. Fantastic. I pity anybody that thinks buying the items and then just jumping in and playing is a good thing, because you just miss the entire point of the game. The entire point. So anyway, everyone take care, stay healthy, stay happy, and be massive. Hey.